Let's go Falcons. We've got a big NFC South matchup coming up against the New Orleans Saints, and there's a lot to discuss, especially with the Falcons' latest injury report. Two key players, Drake London and Kyle Pitts, are on that list. Let's break down what this means for Sunday's game and how it could impact Atlanta's performance. Before diving into today's updates, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay in the loop on all things Falcons. Now let's get into it, starting with Drake London. He suffered a hip injury in our Week 9 win over the Cowboys. The good news? London has been practicing over the past 2 days, even if it's been on a limited basis. That's promising because it suggests he has a good shot at being ready to face the Saints. We all know how crucial London is to the Falcons' passing game. With his size, route-running skills, and knack for contested catches, he's a huge threat to opposing defenses. Having him back would be a big boost for the offense. Falcons fans, what do you think? How much of a difference does London make against the Saints? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, Kyle Pitts. Our talented tight end has been battling a nagging hamstring injury this season, and he was limited again in practice on Thursday. No need to panic. This might just be a precaution to keep Pitts as healthy as possible. But let's be honest, when Pitts is fully fit, he adds a whole new dynamic to our offense, creating mismatches across the field and opening up plays for everyone else. What do you think, Falcons fans? Should we play it safe with Pitts' workload or let him go all out against the Saints? Another player to watch, Chris Lindstrom. Our Pro Bowl guard is dealing with a knee injury and was limited in practice on Thursday. If Lindstrom can't play, it could be a real challenge for our offensive line against the Saints' tough defensive front. Protecting Kirk Cousins and establishing our run game both start up front, and losing Lindstrom would be a big setback. On a brighter note, linebacker Matthew Judon returned to practice after missing Wednesday due to illness, which is great for our defense. But inside, linebacker J.D. Bertrand is still out with a concussion, and defensive lineman Grady Jarrett was limited with a strained ankle. We'll need everyone on deck to face the Saints, who always bring intensity. Switching gears, a possible future addition. There's an exciting rumor floating around that might catch your interest. Haason Reddick, the former Eagles star now with the Jets, could potentially join the Falcons next offseason. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox recently mentioned this, and it's worth thinking about. Reddick is one of the league's most disruptive edge rushers, posting 11 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and 35 quarterback pressures last season. Adding someone like him could be a game changer for Atlanta's pass rush, which has struggled this season with just 9 sacks in 9 games. Of course, there's the salary cap to consider, and it's still early, but this is one rumor to keep an eye on. There's a lot to unpack with our injury report, the Saints matchup, and even potential future moves. What do you think? How should the Falcons handle these injuries? And would adding someone like Reddick next season help our defense? Right now, the Falcons hold a strong position in the NFC South with a perfect 4-0 record in the division. As they head to New Orleans for this showdown, they can't afford to relax. The Falcons-Saints rivalry is one of the most intense in the NFL, and even though the Saints have had a tough season, recently firing head coach Dennis Allen and trading cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, they're still a team to watch. Their fans will be fired up. This game promises to be a real showdown, but here's something exciting. An NFL media panel made up of over 24 analysts, including big names like J.Y. Batista, Steve Mariucci, and David Carr, has unanimously picked the Falcons to win the NFC South. That's right. Every single one of them believes that Coach Raheem Morris and his team have what it takes to rule the South. It's been an exciting season for the Falcons. They've met and even gone beyond the preseason expectations set by many. Right now, they've built a solid 2-game lead over the Buccaneers, and with a head-to-head tiebreaker in place, things are looking good for Atlanta. A season of close calls. Still, it hasn't been easy. 7 out of the Falcons' 9 games so far have been decided by just one score, and half of their wins have come from thrilling fourth-quarter comebacks. This shows how resilient the team is, but also highlights the tough road they've traveled. With 5 of their last 8 games on the road, including stops in challenging places like Denver and Minnesota, the journey isn't over yet. Falcons fans, what do you think? Can we keep this momentum going? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Buccaneers are hanging on. Let's talk briefly about the Bucs. While they trail the Falcons by 2 games, they aren't completely out of the running. They have one of the easiest remaining schedules after their Week 11 bye and are hoping to get Mike Evans back to full health. They could still make a run at a wild card spot, but catching up to the Falcons, that seems like a long shot. A special player, Bijan Robinson. Now let's shift gears to someone who has truly captured Falcons fans' hearts, Bijan Robinson. This guy isn't just good, he's special. A true Swiss Army knife on the field, Robinson has been excelling as a runner, blocker, and receiver. Since his college days at the University of Texas, his versatility has been evident, and it hasn't changed a bit here in Atlanta. Head coach Raheem Morris couldn't be prouder, saying, "He does it all, running, blocking, catching passes, being a leader. He's the definition of what it means to be a Falcon." Robinson has embraced Atlanta's culture and has become a leader, not just on the field, but in the community as well. Building chemistry with Cousins. Another exciting part of Robinson's game is his chemistry with quarterback Kirk Cousins. The trust is clear. Cousins relies on Robinson, whether he's handing him the ball or looking for him in the passing game. "I want him involved everywhere," Cousins said. "Bijan is a big deal. He's got hands, vision, and the ability to change the game." Against the Cowboys on Sunday, Robinson was a workhorse. He led the team in rushing with 86 yards on 19 carries and was the second leading receiver with 59 yards on 7 catches. Even though he didn't reach the end zone, his impact was undeniable. In the win over the Buccaneers, he scored his first receiving touchdown of the season, part of a 3-game scoring streak. Falcons fans, how excited are you to see Robinson's continued growth and impact? Looking ahead, with a shaky Saints team up next and the Falcons on a roll, it's an exciting time to be a fan. The division is ours to lose, and with leaders like Robinson stepping up, the potential feels limitless. What do you think? Can we keep up this momentum and finish strong? Will Bijan Robinson keep making game-changing plays as we head toward the playoffs? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed today's coverage, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest Falcons news. Go Falcons!